just anybody there could just let me know if Anita is also streaming, because I told her I'll be doing something like this too. Okay, so good morning. Let's go to the business of today. So I'll be playing the two videos. I won't interrupt them first. I'll play everything so that everybody will hear what they said. Then the next part is that I'll play them one after the other, but I'll be pausing them to bring things to debunk whatever they said. Yes. So let's go. We've been doing this for months now, and we stopped debunking. But I think these guys are now feeling, oh, they are relaxed. We can just push anything on social media, and it will become a narrative. So let's go.
Okay. I am Mrs. Grace Shonde. I'm the representative of the interested parties on Justice for Mohbad movement in Nigeria as well as the diaspora. That's who I am.
Okay, so let me just ask basically what I asked the father. So where are we on the case of late aloba?
Okay, thank you very much. This case actually started 20 months back. When the Lagos State government brought his body out on the 21st of September 2023, that they needed to, after a lot of cries, and that is a celebrity. He can't just die like that and just be buried like that. That they should exhume him for further investigation into his death, because he wasn't sick prior to the time, and we just heard about the fact that he died and he was horridly buried. Let me put horridly in quotes. So when they brought him out, there was a coroner inquest and all of that. So long story short, by 25th of September 2025, because the corona had actually started, and the people that were around him 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, rather than be taken in as suspect, they were taken in as witnesses, and they gave their own deposition as well as testament at the coroner court when it started in 2023. So at the point in time, on that 25th September 2024, there was a stay of proceeding, and that lasted for 5 months, against the coroner court judge, Magistrate T. Shotobi, by somebody, they want to come on for one interest or the other. But eventually, the court reopened on the 28th of February 2025. And so before that stay of proceeding, there were witnesses that were supposed to come, and all of them came when the coroner reopened. We have Sam Larry, we have Naira Mali, we have the nurse, we have the doctor. There were 2 doctors. The first hospital was Kuramed. She didn't come. She has not come. And the other one was Perez. The man came. There was a private autopsy and toxicology by the family. The pathologist came, and all of them gave their deposition. Now, the reason why we're giving this interview, I'm of course coming on air to just let people know, one, that this whole affair, we're still on it. The interested parties are still asking what actually killed Mohbad. Do you understand? And then secondly, to come and tell the angle of the new witnesses by their deposition, by their witnesses, everything that they have said, we see a lot of discrepancies. Because the initial parties that came, they didn't give a right. So the partner, that's Cynthia Omawume Adebanjo, actually said that Mohbad died in the house. But later, I think it was on February 19th, this 2025, she went on television, telecast and podcast and all of that. And amongst our testament, she said Mohbad died 20 minutes right when he was taken to the hospital. But that contradicted the deposition of the nurse, Feisha Yogudengbe, that came to give her testament. That actually, yes, when she got there, she said she got there on the 12th of September, 2:30. But that wasn't what the driver said, because the driver came and gave his own testament in the court. And he said, when he took Mohbad to the show on the 10th, they all arrived home by 1 a.m. midnight of the 11th. And because there was a damage to his car, not because he fought with Prime Boy, his friend, he was the one that hit the glass, and the thing Mohbad hit the SUV glass and it got broken. So he said he cannot go without having that fixed. So that's why he followed them home. He actually took them back home and he did not leave. While he was there, by 3 a.m., some persons from inside, he didn't go inside to stay with them. He stayed in his car by the gates. So some persons came by 3 a.m. to tell him to take them to a pharmacist to go and buy drugs for Mohbad. And he's like, no, I can't go. I don't have fuel in my car. So they took Mohbad's car. They came back with whatever thing they bought. He didn't know. He didn't go out. But by the morning, his partner, Cynthia, came out to attend to him. He said he didn't see Mohbad. So on 12th, which was the Tuesday that they were claiming he had passed, he said by 9 a.m. in the morning that it was called that he should go by an unknown number, that he should go and report himself to the police station. But between 11 and 12 of that 12th September, that the matter became clear to him because there was someone that actually contacted him to go and take Mohbad to the show. It was that person that said Mohbad had died. And he said he was shocked. So by 2:30 that the nurse arrived, he said he still met Mohbad alive. You see all those discrepancies is what we want the government to look into by their testament. The doctor of Perez Hospital said Mohbad was brought in there, that there were CCTV footages to cover it from right when they entered into the hospital. And it was not even taken into any ward, that it was attended to at the reception area. And there was there was a CCTV. That what he first did as a doctor was to administer a first aid, and there was no response. Every stages of rigor mortis are setting. And he said he even looked at the sole of the feet. It was plain white with spotted black, which indicated that 3 hours could be more. And he said he advised them that they should take Mohbad to the morgue, to the government morgue. They took him back home. So that is that about the story about the reopening of the inquest. Now let me just talk about the pathologist. What's the huge difference in the government's pathologist report as well as the private? There was the indication by him, because he said there was the presence of antihistamine as well as caffeine in excess, and he wondered who administered that, signaling that there was another nurse. And of course the partner said that there was a nurse that stayed the night with them in the house before the other nurse came. So by that pathologist report, we were able to establish that there were 2 nurses. So if a doctor had attended to him as brought in dead, how can...
who are you two?
Okay, so that's the first interview, and let's see that of jossy.
Yes, sir.
So 20 months after the date of the late Mohbad, you are aloba. So can you just tell us where are we on the case of Mohbad right now?
We are still on it. To me, I could remember when I was at this studio here last time, when I cried out that the corona was shut down. Firstly, I will appreciate the Lagos State. It has been open after I cried out there. Now we are still on it, and the judge was having a leave, so we are still waiting to know exactly what is going to happen. So for the results of the whole corona, so a lot of witnesses have came to give testimony on the corona. So we have a lot of them, but mostly the statement and the witness, they didn't go into the same level with what a friend of that deceased said. Let me just mention one. The doctor was saying after they saw the body of Mohbad outside, when they now test it, he said it's over 3 hours that it's already dead. And his friend, which is assistant, was saying after 20 minutes when they brought Mohbad into the hospital, the doctor now come out to say he's dead. So which one am I going to believe? So in this issue, in this case, the phone forensic was very, very important, which I even want you people to use this, your platform, and me extend it to the whole world. That the phone forensic was needed. What are they hiding? Why are they lying?
Okay, so sorry. So can you just tell us one significant thing that is a takeoff for you in the pathological report? The report you what is significant?
The most thing they said there's an excess of paracetamol on his body. And the excess the pathologist detect, he even try to call the police that is in charge of that case then to know whether the syringe and the all what they meet on a mobile house, whether it can be matched with what he detect, but he was unable to get from them. So there is a lot of something that is hidden that is not broken out there. So they did not even give the pathologist free hand to do his work. The assistant is supposed to give to him was not giving. So those are the things I'm facing now.
So you said part of the witness was Dr. Chibuzo.
Yes.
Who attended Mobile secondary school. Can you just tell us what he said exactly during his testimony during the
Yeah, I've said it earlier that he said when they brought the body into their hospital, the first thing for him to do is to test the body. When he tests the body, he detects with the machine they detect that over 3 hours. He said it can be more than, it can be 10 hours, but the machine giving to him to use to tell him that it's over 3 hours. And he now asked the people that brought the body, say, and you now said he just collapsed. That is how the whole thing was concentrate each other. I didn't know who am I going to believe. And I believe that doctor because that is his work.
No book will just collapse.
There was also a driver, Mr. Fidelis,
Yeah.
who also gave a testimony about in the last week. Can you just brief us what he said?
Oh, he said a lot of things. And that man is a family man. He knows when something wrong or when something right. He is the one that take mobile to show and he stay with them. And he let us know that there is nothing like fighting between him and his friend, Prime Boy. After that, he said there is a lot of serious argument between the Mobile and his friend. So that argument led to where that our friend now hold him tight. Even the chain that he put on was cut. And he now begin advise the wife that when you enter inside, stop what you are doing and amend the way you talk to your husband. And the way he said the wife was, that our friend just take it lightly. As he just enters now, it will be crying. He know the kind of person that Mobile is. Say, when he just enters, he will be crying. And that driver was even scared that if this man enter inside, it can be refreshed on what she did. But what is going to happen? You just take it lightly. And this driver was saying, if it is the one, he put himself in the shoe of Mobile, that woman will be punished for it. But nothing happened. So the part of what he said is that he was unable to go. He stayed with them. By 3 o'clock midnight, he said they rushed out to demand for his Prado to go and buy drugs. And he told them that there's no fuel inside the Prado. So they have to take Mobile car to go and buy drugs in the midnight. And when they brought the drugs, he doesn't know what is happening inside. He just saw those boys going inside again. But he was so surprised in the morning around 11 o'clock when the wife now came out. Are you still there? Say, was here without paying for this. They can't go to the office. And the wife said, don't worry. He do the transfer of the money to them. They should go and repair the car. He said he was so surprised by the following day morning. Somebody just called him that said, the person you carried day before yesterday was dead. He said he should go to nearby police station to go and report himself. He said he was so scared. How is he die? What happened? What happened? He was asking himself that kind of question. I myself, I don't know exactly what is the problem. So in this case, I'm still crying out now again. Use this your platform to help me tell the whole world that the phone forensic was needed to know exactly what happened. Because I was confused.
Okay, yeah. You've actually answered the last question. I wanted to ask what's the way forward in all this? What do you really want? And you said
what I want is I would still want the governor. Yes, sir.
so.
Okay, so that's about that. So I'll be playing the first interview.
For you to
piece by piece, but let me give you a summary of everything I have I learned from the first interview with Grace. Then we'll be playing it, then we'll see where she falters. She said she is Grace Showunde, a representative of interested parties. She said he was hurriedly buried. She said people in the house were taken in as witnesses and not suspects. She was like unalived Mo. She said Wumi said Mo died in the house. She was talking about February 19th that Mo died 20 minutes. That's Wumi said around February 19th that Mo died 20 minutes right when he was taken to the hospital. And she said the nurse said she got there 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, but that wasn't what the driver said. She said the driver said Mohbad hit the glass. That was on then 3 a.m. on Monday. Some things happened. Cynthia attended to him, gave him some money. Then 9 a.m. on 2 days after, somebody unknown called him and said Mohbad was dead around 12 noon. She said the doctor of Perez said Mo was dead. He advised that Mo should be taken to the morgue. And she said the pathologist said there is a presence of antihistamine and caffeine in much quantity. And she talked about another nurse that stayed overnight before the other nurse came. So we're going to look through all the evidences that are on social media to see if this rich Grace was actually saying the truth. So guys, we'll be playing this video one as in peripherally. We'll play a bit, we'll check what's on social media, and we'll see if this woman is a born cold-blooded liar, or if indeed she was ordained by God to say the truth. So let's go. Her name still remains Grace Showunde, and we're going to see whether she's actually graceful or a curse. So let's go. Now we'll be taking our sources from various platforms. The first one is a submission by where is Barrister Shitu? Have I closed his own? Okay, let's listen to our lawyer. Okay. Let's listen to our lawyer.
Without any diagnosis, you try to treat somebody without asking any question about medical. We should tell the court by yourself. So, and again, you agree that you are not a qualified. You are not. Apart from that, you are not enough. You are not even a qualified auxiliary nurse. And you also said you are not supposed to treat. So, what was she doing there? So, any other evidence that is giving shows that he was very.
Oh, what am I doing? Okay.
And again, we ask her if you have gone with hydrocot injection, which was an antidote. When somebody reacts to an injection, she will not have the reaction to the drug will have subsided. She said yes, but she did not come with the hydrocot. And she said yes, it was a negligence on your part. She said yes. As a backup standard practice, you come with hydrocot. When you are giving anybody injection before anybody can react, when they react, then you give the hydrocot, which is confirmed, you will not be fine. Do you understand? But they are trying to say, oh, the wife did this, the wife did that. Are you going to rely on the wife's expert? The wife was not. No, that's why they called you. Do you understand? That the wife was there, the wife said, that's why if the wife wanted to, if the wife of a patient wants to kill him, allegedly, or he wants to do something harmful to the person, will you open your eyes and be looking at this? So it's unfortunate. The lies that she told about the saying in the pour water on somebody. Water being poured on somebody is a normal thing that they do anywhere in Nigeria, even in the world. If somebody is convulsing or somebody is being unconscious, you pour water, it will be fine. Everybody has been in that position before. So it's as simple as that. So the fact that she has come to lie, to say it is not so, does not change the situation.
So what next, sir?
The next thing is that we are coming and the next adjourned it to continue with the proceedings. I think what's the name of Naramali is supposed to come, but he's saying that they don't want to come in person, they want to use virtual, but like United has observed, it may not be very okay because of service. Sometimes, all our service provider, you may hear one sentence and not hear the next 3 sentences. You may hear the next 4 sentences and not hear the next 2. So it's not likely to be a very good option for us. But then we have no choice. The court is in charge. We have to wait until this time. When the time comes, we'll continue from there.
Okay, so thanks very much, sir.
Okay, some people would actually say, yes, this is Wumi's lawyer. Of course, he's going to defend the client concerning the negligence at the part of the nurse. But let us now look at Sanshitu on the day the nurse gave her own statements. It's playing.
What is going on? You will have to.
Sorry, this is not from me. It's the person who recorded this. So we're going to hear from Sanshitu about what the nurse actually did.
I cannot talk to you. I cannot talk to you. If you represent her, she has no way of replying. Right? So. The concern is that we should be accurate, we should be transparent in the way we report what has happened.
Okay, so my next question is that can you please give a brief summary of all the proceedings here?
Well, a brief summary of what has happened today is that the nurse who treated Mohbad has given us an insight into how she was contacted, what she did, and what she did not do, and the circumstances that led eventually to the death of Mohbad. In my view,
I hope you guys are seeing a difference in my analysis today, that I'm not putting words into, not saying my own opinion in all this. I'm bringing evidences from both sides of the table. Okay, so let's continue.
Today is the most comprehensive proceedings. We now know what happened, who invited the nurse, when the nurse, and what the wife did not do. Everything became very clear today. It is now left for the coroner to decide who and who caused the death.
This recording is not done by me, it's online.
I cannot do that.
I report that you have taken over the part.
Let me see if there's a better one. I don't think so. Okay, let's see if this is a better. I think this was recorded from Arifa, and is on.
If you represent her, she has no way of replying. Right? So.
Okay, to the person that asked, is this did Jossy have another interview? The interview he did with Silverbird, he did a private one and they just released it. He did it, then Rich Grace also did hers too. So I'm playing Rich Grace's own. I'll play Jossy's own again. So let's continue.
The concern is that we should be accurate, we should be transparent in the way we report what has happened.
Okay, so my next question is that can you please give a brief summary of all the proceedings here?
Well, a brief summary of what has happened today is that the nurse who treated Mohbad has given us an insight into how she was contacted, what she did, and what she did not do, and the circumstances that led eventually to the death of Mohbad. In my view, today is the most comprehensive proceedings. We now know what happened, who invited the nurse, when the nurse and what the wife did not do. Everything became very clear today. It is not left for
This recording was from our
the coroner to decide who and who caused the death.
Sorry, this is not from me. This is from
I cannot do that.
I report that you have taken over the part.
guys, please part her, please.
That she's ready for the DNA.
People should be clear about what this corona proceedings is meant to achieve. Three things. One, the cause of death. The manner of death. Three, the circumstances surrounding the death. The corona is not looking at whether somebody is the father of this or somebody is not the father of this. It's a separate proceedings. I'm aware that another was made for DNA to be carried out. And I'm also aware that we are making attempts to see whether the DNA can be carried out even outside the country. We need to go back to the country to be able to amend the order that we have so that it can give us the opportunity of conducting the DNA even outside Nigeria.
So in short language, it means that you are representing the family of the DNA. Barrister S.E.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm representing the family in all matters that relates to the justice for Mohbad.
Thank you. And lastly, sir, just one matter. Can inquest be conducted every week now? Has it been proven, or what do we expect?
You can see that this corona is determined to do justice. Otherwise, the order of the magistrate court will have prevented us from coming here. Everybody must come. Which means since the start of those things that
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about this recording. Now, it's in this recording that Sanshito actually gave us a preview of what's really transpired at the coroner inquest and told us that Mohbad was alive, and he even asked questions of the injections, that what injections do you want to give me, and he was responsive. So the lawyer of Wunmi also reiterated same thing, that Mohbad was alive. He was even transferred from one room to the other. He was alive. So let's hear also from let's see from Wunmi. Wunmi said something in this interview in 4 minutes. That's the interview she did at Arise TV. So let's go to 4 minutes. Okay.
Sporty TV YouTube promo, 10 seconds, action.
Okay, we got the best live football in for free.
And not just. And that alone has been the only thing that's kept me going.
That's good. But what do you think people understand? Do you think people about the circumstances of his death? Are there any areas that you want to clear that the public has a wrong perception about?
Yeah, I think one thing is, the reality that people are trying to shift away from is the fact that my husband got injured from a fight with his close friend. And also, he was actually treated by a nurse. But
on that day, or the day of his death?
on the day of his death, which was on Tuesday, September 12th. But my father-in-law, as
you could see her coherence by still mentioning the dates, the day, And let's see what she also
found a
says.
way of trying to divert people's attention away from the reality to to another thing entirely. So like most people on the public faces do not even go to the real issue on ground anymore.
What really happened that last day?
Yeah, so what actually happened is, like, it was on Tuesday, and a nurse actually came, like his friend, Spending, called a nurse. He was the one that gave us the nurse number, and one of his workers, Bami, called the nurse, and the nurse came around on Tuesday. On that Tuesday, he was supposed to go to a podcast interview, but the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection. I think it was the third injection that he reacted to.
Did she give the injections back to back?
No, it's like the distance wasn't really that much.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it
like
was,
an hour or so in between each injection.
Yeah, so it was the third injection that he reacted to.
How did you react to it?
After the injection, he vomited. He peed, and he started having reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body. His heart, it complained that like it was feeling hot in his heart. Do you understand? Like he told us to get him some water. I want to put some water in his body, which his brother did. And he also said he needed cold, he needed AC. Like he's feeling hot inside. Like the injection is making him hot inside. And we tried our best. We took him to the hospital, and like 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead.
Good. Now, Rich Grace said, Umi said, it was when they took him to the hospital. He died 20 minutes after they took him into the hospital. Now I'm going to rewind this, and you look at the grammar Wumi used, and you would notice the difference. That's, well, English language, Rich Grace was trying to be very articulate, and her diction was, I'll actually say, I'm actually impressed. But when you speaking English does not mean you speak good English or you understand good English. Now look at, Wumi is actually a graduate of linguistics, and listen to this again carefully.
Is making him hot inside, and we tried our best. We took him to the hospital, and like 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead.
In 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead. Not that he died after 20 minutes he was brought in. I hope we understood what she said there just now. I'm going to rewind it again so people listen to what Wumi said. So there's a difference between listening and saying exact things someone is saying. But when your comprehension level is very low, you're going to have issues interpreting.
Injection is making him hot inside, and we tried our best. We took him to the hospital, and like 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead.
We took him into the hospital 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead. Not that he died in the hospital, not that, oh, we took him there alive and he died there, then the doctor came out. No, we took him into the hospital. After 20 minutes, the doctor said he's dead. So that's, let me play it one more time without explaining.
Making him hot inside, and we tried our best. We took him to the hospital, and like 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead.
20 minutes after he landed in the hospital.
So you can play between 4 minutes, the entire, you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm going to the original source. I'm not going to cut and paste on TikTok or social media. I'm going to Arise TV, Arise News, their YouTube channel. The video is about 50 minutes. I watched the entirety to know what minutes she said so and so. So when you don't understand English language, it will become an issue to you. So now let's go back to Rich Grace, and let's see what she says.
Okay. I am Mrs. Grace Shonde. I'm the representative of the interested parties on Justice for Mohbad movement in Nigeria as well as the diaspora. That's who I am.
Sorry, there's no movement, there's no registered movement like that, because the name of your group is Critical Thinkers. So there's no registered group called Justice for Mohbad Movement Group in Nigerian diaspora. If you're saying that it's not registered, nobody knows that, and you calling yourself a representative, you're doing wrong to that. Let's go.
Okay, so let me just ask basically what I asked the father. So where are we on the case of late aloba?
Okay, thank you very much. This case actually started 20 months back. When the Lagos State government brought his body out on the 21st of September 2023, that they needed to, after a lot of cries, and that is a celebrity. He can't just die like that and just be buried like that. That they should argue me for further investigation into his death, because he wasn't sick prior to the time, and we just heard about the fact that he died, and he was already.
She said he wasn't sick prior to that. Do I need to do this? He was actually sick prior to that. Where is this? Yeah, he was actually sick prior to that. Should I do this? No. Let me allow her speak. He went for a show around August. When he came back, he was sick, and the whole family were in the house. They were in the house with them.
Buried. Let me put hurriedly in quotes. So when they brought him out,
horridly buried. Horridly buried. Thank you. Now, who buried? Horridly buried. Let's see Jossy's interview. So she said, I want to put it in quotes. Jossy said, Ojota Baribi.
It's governor, because I could remember when I was here last time, when I was crying concerning the corona was shut down then. But thank God, after my comment here, people see me and immediately they turned up concerning that.
Okay, so let me go here. Let's go to Jossy's statements. In page 37, this is the CTC. This will almost be the likely, the first time I'll be doing this. We're going to page 37. Good. George, where was the deceased buried? Answer, he was buried at Berigbe. Question, who buried him? Answer, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Good. There are also other pages on this CTC, but this was very specific that he was the person giving the orders that day. Okay, so they hurriedly buried. This was a statement said by Rich Grace.
There was a corona inquest and all of that. So long story short, by 25th of September 2025, because the corona had actually started, and the people that were around him 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, rather than be taken in as suspects, they were taken in as witnesses, and they gave their own deposition as well as testament at the corona court when it started in 2023. So at the point in time, on that 25th September 2024, there was a stay of proceeding, and that lasted for 5 months, against the corona court judge, magistrate issue to be by somebody want to come on for one.
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Please let me just quickly chip in something. Poor Grace, I would like to make a correction to the nonsense you just said. When a crime happened or maybe something happened, in the face of investigation, everybody is a witness. It's upon investigation that the police will decide who the witnesses are and who are the suspects are. Because the police, they don't have superpower, they don't read minds, and they don't even read minds, or can they decide who a witness should be, who a witness should not be. It's upon investigation, upon writing statement down, that the police will not decide who should be the witness and who should be the suspect. So you trying to make it seem as if no, it was maybe the crime happened, the police just felt, oh, because we like this person's face, we don't like this person's face, this person should be a suspect, this person should be a witness. No, there were proper investigation done, statements was taken down, read through, investigated upon before they decided who the witnesses should be and who the suspects should be. Yeah.
Okay, let's even make it very interactive. Benevolence, a question to you. During a bank robbery, it was noticed that when the police busted into the bank, they noticed everybody putting on the same clothes. They called everybody for questioning. They invited everybody, put them in their van, and took them to the police station. Would they be called witnesses or suspects at that point?
When all of them they put on the same clothes, as I don't understand the question.
There was no arm on anybody, but there were arms recovered from the scene. But
Okay.
all of them putting on the same clothes. Would they be called witnesses or suspects?
That's kind of tricky. I think they should be called suspect because they have like a similarity that binds all of them together. You can't really differentiate. Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. But if there is a case that a few of them were holding guns,
Okay. Yeah.
were holding guns, then some of them were locked in a place, and they are still putting on the same clothes. Who will be the suspects? Who will be the witness there?
Yeah, it's people that were found with the arms, right? That will definitely be the suspect.
Good. Because of what
But sometimes things usually
they have
turn around.
suspicious act.
Yes. Upon investigation, suspects
Yeah, it
can
comes
actually
around
become
during the course
witnesses.
of investigation.
Yeah. Upon investigation, suspects can become
Exactly.
witnesses, while witnesses become suspects.
In this case, jossy is the suspect because he already buried the body.
At the point of arrest, those with the ammunitions will be called the suspects, while every other persons will be witnesses until investigations can label them as suspects. So that is where this person does not really understand the difference between a witness and a suspect. That's why I painted those two scenarios. Thank you very much, Benevolence, for coming through. Let's continue.
Interest or the other. But eventually, the court reopened on the 28th of February 2025. And so before that state of proceeding, there were witnesses that were supposed to come. And all of them came when the coroner reopened. We have Sam Larry, we have Naira Mali, we have the nurse, we have the doctor. There were two doctors. The first hospital was Kuramed. She didn't come. She has not come. And the other one was Perez. The man came. There was a private autopsy and toxicology by the family. The pathologist came, and all of them gave their deposition. Now, the reason why we're giving this interview, I'm of course coming on air to just let people know, one, that this whole affair, we're still on it. The interested parties are still asking what actually killed Mohbad. Do you understand? And then, secondly, to come and tell the angle of the new witnesses by their deposition, by their witnesses, everything that they have said, we see a lot of discrepancies. Because the initial parties that came, they didn't give a right. So the partner, that's Cynthia Omawume Adebanjo, actually said that Mohbad died in the house. But later, I think it was on February 19th, this 2025, she went on television, telecast and podcast and all of that. And amongst our testament, she said, Mohbad died 20 minutes.
Good. I want her to finish the statement. I will pause it now.
Okay.
Right when he was taken to the hospital. But
when he was taken to the hospital. So, guys, can you see the difference in Wumi's statement? I'm going to
telecast and podcast and all of that. And amongst our testament, she said, Mohbad died 20 minutes right when he was taken to the hospital. But that
right when he was taken into the hospital. Can you notice the difference? Benevolence, over to you. You wanted to say something before I bring more proof.
I don't know, to be honest. Anything debunking now, even, but I just feel this like an interesting take. Then, Paul Grace, this is what I'm going to say to you. if you are relying upon the testament of the driver to do whatever shenanigans you are planning, you failed. The strength of the testament of the driver ends the last time he saw Mohbad alive. Whatever happened when Mohbad got into that house, he's not privy to it. So the strength of his testament has to do with what happened at the show up until they got to the house, and it ends there. Up until when they said driver good night, it ends there. Whatever happened inside that house, whether they rush down, they can, anybody, Mohbad doesn't sleep. Anybody can come out in the middle of the night to buy anything, and Lekki is a busy area. Lekki o lè jáde 2 o'clock ó sọ pé òun lọ sí club, o lè jáde, some chemists run 24/7. So the fact pé àwọn èèyàn kan bọ́lẹ̀, they want to go and buy something at the chemist is irrelevant. They can buy anything they like. So if you are relying on the testament of the driver, you are just deceiving yourself. Whatever driver has got to say ends the very last time he saw Mohbad alive. Whatever happened to that house is a different thing. If he has slept inside the house, he might have been privy to some things, saw some things, but he was not even in the house. So you are just a condeceiver. But anyways, Emma Binu and Lagbaja, that's what I had to say.
Okay, reiterating what you said, I so much agree with you, because that was where I was going to. Now, according to statements of the driver said that they had an argument, and you were advising the wife, when you went out, take things cool, though. Wives don't do like that, though. You were also advising Mohbad, and Mohbad
Who you be? Who you be? Where you go? The advise us.
Mohbad walked into the house alive, hale and healthy. That's the issue, and it ends there. Prime Boy cannot give testimonies of what happened in the house after they got home. Spending cannot say something that happened on Tuesday. His testimony ends when he left the house on Monday. Did he meet him? Did he leave him alive? Yes. The testament of the nurse starts immediately she entered the house. Did she meet him alive? Why? Yes. Was Mohbad responding? Why? Yes. Did he ask her questions? Yes. Did they transfer him from one room to the other alive? Yes. Yes. Now, this issue of 20 minutes, let me play her again. I'll play Wunmi too.
Testament. She said Mohbad died 20 minutes right when he was taken to the hospital. But that
he said Mohbad died 20 minutes right when he was taken into the hospital. Now let us hear what Wunmi said. Wunmi said something different.
He vomited, he peed, and he started having reactions, started having goosebumps all over his body, his heart. He complained like he was feeling hot in his heart. Do you understand? Like he told us to get him some water. That I want to put some water in his body, which his brother did. And he also said he needed cold, he needed AC. Like he's feeling hot inside. Like the injection is making him hot inside. And we tried our best. We took him to the hospital, and like 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead.
Good. We took him inside. 20 minutes after, the doctor said he's dead. Now, let us now see where this issue of 20 minutes, let us hear the legal place this thing happened. If you check your CTC, it's online, page 272. Good. Page 272. Thank you. I hope you can see your screen. Immediately, I went to 272. You saw something there, Abi? About 20 minutes. Now, let's read what they first said. They were asking Adura this question. I won't start from here. Let me go up a bit. Let me go up a bit. When you left the house for the first time, Darusha was not with you? Answer, no. Question, how long did it take him from wherever he was coming to come and meet you? Answer, 15 minutes. They watch you. You see where 15 minutes turned to 20 minutes. This shows the uncertainty. They were not checking their wristwatch to be timing, oh, this person kept 15 minutes, this person used 10 minutes, this person used 5 minutes. You will see how this person was even very uncertainty, but he knew that this thing took time. Now we're going to now look at this and we're going to calculate, would rigor mortis have happened at the second hospital? Please, guys, I need you guys to be very calculating. I know some people are here calculating. Mayor, please, I would need you very, very soon. It says, how long did it take him from wherever he was coming to come and meet you? 15 minutes. Where was your brother while you were waiting for Darusha to arrive? He was where he was. Question, did he arrive within the minutes you spent there and the doctor said he had died, or 15 minutes after the doctor said he had died before he arrived? Answer, 15 minutes after the doctor said he had died. 15 minutes after the doctor said he had died. Question, when the doctors pronounced to you that he died, were they attending to him again, or they left his body and moved on? They were still with him there. You said the doctor said he had died. What treatment were they giving to the dead body? Answer, the nurses were still there with him. Question, were they administering any medication, or they were just prepping his body for the morgue? Answer, they did not do anything on his body. They were not treating him since they said he was dead. Question, the doctors pronounced him dead and they did not apply any new medication, any medical attention to him, and it took 15 minutes for this person to arrive, and you now want to take him to another hospital? Answer, not head up and down. Question, so those of you that agreed to take him, how was he? Did you see any sign of life in him? Adra, at the point you were leaving that hospital, are you sure your brother had died? Answer, yes. Question, what then was the point of going to the second hospital if you were aware that your brother died? Answer, I was still doubting if he had died and asking what happened, and we took him to another hospital. Question, between the first hospital and the second hospital, how many minutes did it take you to go to the second hospital? About 20 minutes. Question, now, Mayor, you are doing the calculation, or Sister Benevolence is here. Anybody, please. Question, please, let's count. So it took additional 20 minutes to get to the second hospital. So we are counting about 3 minutes now. 20 minutes now. It took about 20 minutes to arrive at hospital. 1, that's the first 20 minutes. You spent about 20 minutes for the doctors to announcing him dead. 2, you spent another 20 minutes for Darusha to come, and it took you another 20 minutes to arrive at the hospital. For Darusha to come, another 20 minutes, that is 3. And for you to go to another hospital, that is 4. Now, my question here is this. Good. Now, how is it that you guys were just taking 20 minutes to do everything? How were you estimating? Were you with a clock and using a stopwatch?
To be honest, Mr. Dawah, to be honest, even the court will even rely on their timing, to be honest, to be frank. They won't rely on their timing, because they were in a state of confusion. Nobody would have been taking time like, oh, I'm here now. No. Nobody, even me, no. They will even take time. Is it a coincidence that they were spending 20 minutes at every stop?
So now the thing here is this. Let's just say it is between 20 and 30 minutes. The occasions they were talking about was for 4 situations. It took them time for them to get to the first hospital. It took them time for the doctor to come out to tell them that, oh, he was brought in dead. It took them time to call Darusha, because when they announced them, it wasn't like immediately they started picking up call. Oh yeah, Darusha Mabo, have a gloss hospital for me. No, they would have made some reactions, maybe spent about 5 minutes, or maybe crying or shouting or doing some things. Okay, let's just say they now say it took time for Darusha to come from Aja to that place. They say it was 20 minutes, but let's say it was between 20 to 30 minutes. Let's say 30 minutes max. That is 30 minutes now. Now it took them additional time from them to convey.
Sister Mayor is a logical person. Can we tell Sister Mayor to take us through the process of declaring somebody dead? Like how many minutes did they spend?
Don't worry, I'm going there. I have material for that. Too. Now, You said it took the now in Bami's own testimony, he said they waited for the mechanic to bring the car. In the first hospital, they waited for him to transport them to the other hospital, to the second hospital, Perez. They waited for the mechanic to bring it, so they will carry the body to the second hospital. Now, in all these things, if we have 4 situations in which there was 30 minutes, because there was no estimate, there was no stopwatch for them to be calculating, give or take, they spent 2 hours. How long does rigor mortis take? And what are the steps of good? This brings me to this. What are the things for you to check if you are a doctor? Hold on. Okay, this is for rigor mortis. They now asked Adura, when you got to the second hospital, don't forget that this Baba said, "Walk be Mohbad's machine." I hope we haven't forgotten. We're still going to go back to that interview. Walk be the machine. Now, they asked Adura that, okay, at the second hospital, how long did it take before the doctor announced to you that he had died? Answer, immediately we got there, like 1 minute. This is it here. That's on page 270. What is this? People that want to go and look for this. This is in page 273. Yes. Page 273. Adra said it took just 1 minute for that doctor that came to make his submission at the coroner inquest. It took him just 1 minute to say that Mo was dead. Now, I went to 3 websites. The first one is John Hopkins Medicine.org. HopkinsMedicine.org. This is a website owned by John Hopkins Medical Institute. I also went to Patient Info. This is also a medical site. I also went to colombiadoctors.org. So I asked the question there that what are the major vital signs for a doctor to check to pronounce someone dead? So, and how long does it take? They said it takes just less than 5 minutes, as in less than 5 minutes. Okay. They said vital signs are body temperature, his pulse rate, his respiration rate, and blood pressure. What are the vital signs? The 4 main vital signs routinely monitored by medical professionals and healthcare providers include the following: body temperature, his pulse rate, his respiratory rate, that is rate of breathing, and the blood pressure. Okay, another went further. Okay, good. By saying that the individual should be observed by the person responsible for confirming death for a minimum of 5 minutes. This is it here. So, benevolence, your question, this is it here. It says the individual should be observed by the person responsible for confirming death for a minimum of 5 minutes to establish that irreversible cardiorespiratory arrest has occurred. Okay, good. Thank you. So, benevolence, I answered your question. This guy said it took just, it was like immediately, just like 1 minute. But standard says 5 minutes, and you're not to even use anything. What are you to check? You're to check absence of a central pulse or palpation, absence of heart sounds on auscultation. They said in hospitals, asystole on a continuous ECG display, absence of pulsatile flow using direct intra-arterial pressure monitoring, absence of contractile activity using echocardiography. Okay, after 5 minutes of continued cardiorespiratory arrest.
Lagbaja, Google is different from reality. And
No, I'm not using Google. I'm using medical. I understand. I'm actually just using medical sites. Like, this is the standard. Fine, no problem. You can do it in 1 minute. Check the eyelids; they are dilated. Put your hand by the wrist. Can you feel any pulse?
Lagbaja, you can't check. In this situation, you don't check for 1 minute. When there is absence of life or absence of breathing, you're checking. First, you're calling the person's name. lack of response. They are not responding. You cannot see breathing. Is the chest movement up, down? There is no movement of the chest. Then you check for the pulse. There is no pulse. You can't get pulse. The radial pulse or from the neck, you can't check that. Then you use the stethoscope to auscultate the heart. You cannot get anything. So this is not done under 1 minute. Even for a normal person that is alive, is not done in 1 minute. And you do all the checks, but these are the basic checks you do. So the site is right. It's average of 5 minutes. You don't just breathe in and just check, oh, this person is not breathing, and come out back to tell you, oh, this person you brought is gone. It is not done anywhere in the world. So if you look at average of 20 to 30 minutes, we suffice in the fact that, number one, this was a young person that was brought in. You don't want to make mistake. You don't want to tell them this person is gone and he's not gone. So there is concentration. The doctor is checking properly. So they might even go as further as doing blood pressure. With everything I've said initially, they are not needed. The blood pressure is not needed. But in this situation, you want to cross your T's and dot your I's. So the doctor might have gone as much as doing the blood pressure and checking the oxygen saturation rate, which is the SpO2. You're not getting any of that. So
but Mayor, I want to cut you here because the first hospital, if you notice, they spent about 20 minutes inside.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think the first hospital had actually done all this. So perhaps when they got there, they said, "Oh, we're bringing it from this hospital." The hospital, and the doctor was just like, "You cannot be okay. You brought it from one hospital that confirmed it. Oh God, this person you brought is dead, Jerry," and that was all.
Yeah, so
Just
I'm gonna go further. So hold on, Lagbaja, sorry. So if the second doctor is saying he could see the onset of rigor mortis, so this person has checked more than 1 minute as well, because you cannot just look at someone and say there is rigor mortis. There is something you're looking at.
1 minute. Exactly, within more minutes. And let's not forget, it's here in the CTC, page 272, that he checked just within 1 minute. Immediately we got there, like 1 minute. They said, how long did it take before the doctors announced to you that he had died? They said, at this second hospital.
Okay, sorry.
Can someone unmute me, please? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go on.
Okay, so we can see here that Adura actually said that immediately they got there that he was pronounced dead in just 1 minute. So let me not dwell there. Now, if he was saying that, if jossy was saying that they used a machine to know that he had died 3 hours ago. This is the machine he's talking about, a stethoscope. He says it's just used to amplify and listen to the internal body sounds, primarily heart, lung, and bowel sounds. Okay, it's just to check your heart rhythms or arrhythmias. So I'm wondering, is there a scanner that would tell you, without conducting any post-mortem, that this person died 3 hours ago? It's quite laughable. Okay, but
laughable.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
Now, I also went to medicine.com and found out something. Rigor mortis, like how long does it take? It says rigor mortis happens about 2 to 3 hours. Where's this? Okay, the 6 days of removal begin within 2 hours of death and peak at about 12 hours. So for him seeing rigor mortis setting around that period, and if you check all those periods in which they had delayed to get to the second hospital, yes, they actualized 2 hours already. So we can see the flow that, okay, let's give it that rigor mortis occurred, but you can't use a stethoscope to determine the time of death. You can't. Very impossible. You can't. So okay, sorry. Okay, so let's move. So let's go back to Rich Grace.
Predicted the deposition of the nurse, Feisha Yogudengbe, that came to give her testament. That actually, yes, when she got there, she said she got there on the 12th of September, 2:30. But that wasn't what the driver said, because the driver came and gave his own testament in the court.
I think this woman is on weed because the driver never said that at any point that he met a nurse. The driver left on Monday, the nurse came on Tuesday. So how would you compare both the positions? Very impossible. So let's even hear the driver. Let's hear from the driver. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I have, okay. Okay, this is the driver.
And who you are to the case.
My name is Fidelis.
Okay. And tell us what your name is, sir.
Fidelis is an Omeka.
Okay. Which work do they do?
Driving.
What joined you to the case of Mohbad, sir?
No, the way you know says that the Kaya will do.
Okay.
We should do Kaya.
What's the name of the company?
It's Kaya.
Okay. Okay.
So after they call us, one person called me and said I should go and drive one night.
Okay.
For Oshun Road.
Okay.
So I read there by my 11.
Okay.
So let me say 12.
Okay.
So before like 3 like 1 month.
Okay.
I've been 2 to 3 like 1 month. So my wife and the kid enter inside my
motor.
Inside the car. Okay. After they inside my car, nobody come out, but the guy they do like say don't do. I'm not saying they're not.
The guy they do like saying don't drink. He's talking about Mo here. Let's continue.
Okay. Even to wife get some issue. They argue, that another inside the car come out. So after they reach the show where they want to take call out for show, soldier and policeman can go for the show.
Okay.
So after they perform for me, see can I enter my car. That's Lagos now. We buy 24 for that place. You know, they will say, I'm out going past it. I'm out going here. See, we don't have
she in fight that day?
No, no fight. The only day friend job.
Okay.
Friend not touch her.
Okay.
So you won't come down. I say, we're not come down. If you come down, just get.
He said his friend no touch him. We're going to go to that of Prime Boy. Just hold on.
I think that anything. That I felt on that. So if I go meet them, because you make already right on now. Not bigger. Not be not go sit down. When you sit down, the owner of the car, the owner of the seat of the car.
Okay.
So you want to sit down, the interest that for the driver side.
Okay.
So for that place, if I go now, you know the right what if I go sit down back, and if I sit down back, for that place. You can go enter, go out, go slide from the
as my reach house from the party.
After the place, go come down, go meet the friend for the other side.
Okay.
For the event, so go they blow the friend, they blow the friend food himself like they blow now he got touchy,
blow
glass.
He got the glass.
The glass, we want to break the glass of my for that place, I friend, as the friend yet by interested in a bottle. Okay. Break, you know, in a class of bottle. And friend come on. As the friend John on, I just go there for second part because the bitter friend. You know, enter when cheap things come and nobody like the fight, man. But I don't go like for then you get with that glass. Okay. Sunday to Monday.
Okay.
So on Monday, I still get to afternoon. Let me say morning to
midnight.
No, Monday or Sunday we reach on midnight.
Yes. Okay.
One nice day.
Which time when I reach house?
We reach around 1.
Okay. The night. Okay.
So that
Benevolence. There's something I would ask you. And Lilibet has been trying to make this a point, and I just saw it in this driver's statement. I wasn't really listening before. He was actually referring that they called him on Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
You hear the grammar. I will reverse it. I would rewind it for a while, maybe 2 or 3 times. You now listen to that. They called him that the person you carried 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah. So that should be on Wednesday.
That would be on Wednesday because these were the So Lilibet was saying that thing as a point, but I wasn't really paying much attention. Yes, until I listened to this.
Before you proceed, this from what this driver was saying, he said there was a back and forth with Mohbad and whatever, and that led to him punching the glass, maybe out of frustration. But when Jossy granted his interview, Jossy portrayed it as if maybe Mohbad was hallucinating. Maybe he saw demons on the glass, and he just decided to punch that demon out of the glass. So I'm not getting it. Like, yeah.
Benevolence, don't kill me. Don't buy me.
Okay. Hey,
Don't
the
buy.
demon exists, though.
Ó ní pa bẹ̀rẹ̀ church láàárọ̀ ìlà tó bí dọ́dọ̀ dímọ̀ sí báyìí torí ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Okay, let's continue.
I see person knock my door. Three guys come and they say, don't go buy mercy, don't go buy. Say, I say, I not get for any person meeting. I tell them, no, the whole go start the motor. And they start the motor now. And they start the motor, I say, they just rush, go buy the mercy. What they buy, don't buy.
Benevolence, you didn't notice a lie. Benevolence.
To be honest, Lagbaja, this guy, I don't know, because
you didn't notice the lie just now. You didn't notice the lie. Should I tell you the lie?
What's the lie? Because to be honest,
they knock my window. They talk they won't go buy something. I can't tell them say there is no fuel. Okay. They can't leave my side. They can't go start their car. Can't go buy the thing.
But to be honest, if he's lying, if he's lying, his lie is not proving anything, Sha, to be honest. His lie is not proving anything. Maybe they didn't pay him well because you don't hear.
Mechanic worked on the car that the car couldn't move. They could have taken it to the show. They didn't take it. Oh God. You didn't get the lie.
To be honest, the lie, but when you was over for that, the lie will prove anything. It doesn't prove anything. I don't know. Maybe they didn't coach him well.
Now he's not
That was on Monday. Okay.
No Monday. I wait there till 9, 10
in the morning.
In the morning, as in this level, then the wife will come outside.
Okay.
11 o'clock.
Man boss and
okay.
So because they come outside, don't come and sleep here. I say you sleep here seriously. So I said if I come and don't get access code to enter inside the estate.
Okay.
That's why
you sleep.
Okay, so I go tell my say how much? They ask me how much. I say I can't say the money finish 100,000. I say 100,000. That's small. It's just like 500,000. See me go see how much. They had to show me like 2 hours or 1 hour plus. I'm not sure. You come out. You say they don't come. You man go meet.
Any to 1 hour. Only pay 1 hour plus. 1 hour plus. Any to Lagbaja. He said 11 o'clock. Wumi came down. Wumi went up. She spent more than 1 hour. Okay, let's say 2 hours. So 11, 12, 1. So we are getting to 1 o'clock thereabouts. Yeah. So at 1 o'clock, driver was still there. Okay.
And don't forget that Spendy said he left there in the morning. There's one he said he left in the afternoon. There's another one he said he left in the night. But this man didn't say anybody left the house. So let's continue.
So now what did the time stop you say now Monday go? All right.
Now Monday gone na in the thing sup. Okay, so we heard from the lawyer, from the driver just now. How is it possible that the driver didn't say he saw any nurse? Now Rich Grace is combining the nurse.
She said she got there
and the
on the 12th of September, 2:30. But that wasn't what the driver said, because the driver came and gave his own testament in the court, and he said, when he took Mohbad to the show on the 10th, they all arrived home by 1 a.m. midnight of the 11th. And because there was a damage to his car, not because he fought with Prime Boy, his friend, he was the one that hit the glass, and the thing got, Mohbad hit the SUV glass and it got broken. So he said he cannot go without having that fixed. So that's why he followed them home. He actually took them back home and he did not leave. While he was there, by 3 a.m., some persons from inside, he didn't go inside to stay with them. He stayed in his car by the gates.
Thank God you said he didn't go inside.
Some persons came by 3 a.m. to tell him to take them to a pharmacist to go and buy drugs for Mohbad. And he's like, no, I can't go. I don't have fuel in my car. So they took Mohbad's car. He came back with whatever thing they bought. He didn't know. He didn't go out. But by the morning, his partner, Cynthia, came out to attend to him. He said he didn't see Mohbad. So on 12th, which was the Tuesday that they were claiming he had passed, he said by 9 a.m. in the morning that he was called that he should go by an unknown number, that he should go and report himself to the police station.
But if you had listened, he said 2 days after. Now, if it was 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and the nurse said she got there 2:30 p.m., how did she enter? Who did she see?
Lagbaja, please. I don't know. You people, I don't know if you are thinking the way my own direction. I think maybe there's a group of people who are trying to remove this nurse. Because when a nurse has said her own statement at the police station, even in the court, she stood by her statement. And some people are trying to say, no, that was not what happened. Is there an intentional move from these people to take away the nurse? Or how will I put it? Maybe all the charges against her, I don't know, maybe her family, maybe they're working on the ground with some set of people who have infiltrated this J4M that are trying to, because I don't know why the nurse said at the police that she met Mohbad alive, administered medication, and some set of people who were not in the house are saying that it's a lie, nothing like. So are they trying to tell us that is either the nurse has mental health issue, or maybe the nurse is on a path of self-destruction? Because I'm not getting this. I don't get it. Are you not thinking the way I'm thinking? Èèyàn tó ní òun ṣe nǹkan, ó ti admit pé òun ṣe nǹkan. Ẹ̀yin wèrè kan tẹ́ pé ẹ̀ sí ilé yẹn, you are not even there, you are not even close, and then you are saying kò ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Tubi.
Wọ́n ní nọ́ọ̀sì fẹ́ take fall fún nǹkan tí ò ṣe.
Me, I don't understand this thing. To be honest, Tubi, me, I don't know. Ó máa ń fọ́ mi lórí, I don't know.
Ṣé mo pé nọ́ọ̀sì jẹ́ family àwọn kí lorúkọ ẹ̀, àwọn òní, so ó fẹ́ wá gba ó fẹ́ gba punishment because I don't understand, seriously.
I don't know, mi really.
Báwo ni nọ́ọ̀sì ṣe máa ní pé òun fẹ́ gba ẹ̀wọ̀n èèyàn kan, ẹ̀wọ̀n tí òun ṣe ká ní America àbí London àbí outside country ẹ̀wọ̀n nísìnyí àní òkè bóyá torí pé ìyá tí ò ní jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. But báwo lèèyàn ṣe máa, ó ti lọ síbẹ̀, ó ti rí bó ṣe rí, báwo ló ṣe tún máa fẹ́ kọ́ bá tó máa sọ pé òun tó fẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀, èèló ló fẹ́ sọ fún.
Nítorí ìgbà tó wọ́n sọ pé nọ́ọ̀sì lọ sí club, wọ́n ṣe party, kò tún ní lọ party when there are some set of people who are busy defending her on social media. Wọ́n tí kò tẹ̀
ránṣẹ́. On social media saying nonsense.
Saying no, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ni kó má ṣe party, kó má mu ṣíṣà. Ó máa mu ṣíṣà náà when there are some unfortunate souls tẹ́ pé wọ́n wà on social media fighting day in and out trying to exonerate her for what she did. Ẹ wá ní kó má ṣe party. Ayé yìí ó dìpò.
Sinule ṣe next door neighbor.
Let's quickly rush
through. And you are just saying.
But between 11 and 12 of that 12 September, that the matter became clear to him because there was someone that actually contacted him to go and take Mohbad to the show. It was that person that said Mohbad had died. And he said he was shocked. So by 2:30 that the nurse arrived, he said he still met Mohbad alive. You see all those discrepancies is what we want the government to look into by their testament. The doctor of Perez Hospital said Mohbad was put in there, that there were CCTV footages to cover it from right when they entered into the hospital. And it was not even taken into any ward, that it was attended to at the reception area. And there was a CCTV. That what he first did as a doctor was to administer a first aid, and there was no response. Every stages of